Good afternoon, everybody, and a very warm welcome to Mildenhall and Districts. And my name is Susanna, and I live with trains. So today is going to be a two-parter container terminal special. And in this first part, we'll be looking at my work that I've done on the container terminal. And on the second part is going to be the container terminal, the game. So if you're intrigued by that, then stay tuned for part two, because that promises to give you a bit of an insight of how you can get more fun out of the model railway by turning it into a little game. So now, I did say a little while ago now, I'm not sure if it was my last update, that I was actually planning on building an extension. And I also said that I wanted to work my way around the layout before I started it. So that's why I've kind of made my way back to the container terminal, because basically that needed some more work doing. And also I just wanted to make it look more presentable than what it was. It was all right. It had the basics to begin with, but now it's looking a lot different to when you last saw it. And one of these things is basically, I'm always very conscious of having the cam truck running around the layout as to what it can pick up and what it can see. And there's always, and also when I do running shots, there's always certain areas of the layout that maybe I kind of look at and kind of go, yeah, I won't film that. That won't look too good on camera. I'll leave that bit. I'll concentrate on this area because this area is always the nicest bit, or this bit's slightly better than that bit. And the container terminal had a few spots where it looked all right, but on camera it was kind of like, it's all right. Nothing special. Not much to see here. That kind of. So I wanted to do more with it to bring it to life and to sort of try and capture the imagination and capture the container terminal as I would like it. So I've been experimenting and dabbling in all sorts. So before we go over there, we do have some new arrivals. Some are already on the actual container terminal itself, and others are sitting here, and some are partial. So I've been buying, I hesitate to say this because I don't like buying this at all. It's basically, this is the Wills Modern Security Fencing Kit. Now, the reason why I hesitate is purely because of the cost. It is so expensive. And I like it, and I started using it, and it's one of those things that once you start with it, you can't just sort of chop and change halfway through because it doesn't look right. Or you need this kind of fencing to make certain areas look convincing. You know, like if I was to put like maybe a brick wall in, maybe it wouldn't look so convincing because you don't see many container terminals with brick walls, type of thing. You know, they're usually barricaded in with security fencing. Hence this fencing. But for how much you pay, it doesn't go particularly a long way. But nonetheless, I'm persisting with it, and once it's all down and done, it will look really, really nice and look all good and look really authentic. And that's really more what I'm after. Sometimes you just have to bite the bullet and just get on with it. So this is the Modern Palisade Fencing by Wills Modern. The other thing that I got this week is this. And basically they are 2 packs of 20-foot containers and 2 packs of 40-foots, and I still need more. At the last count, including all of this, I believe I'm up to 79 containers mixed on my layout. So that's a mixture of 20s, 40s and 45s. And these are the 2 latest ones that I've got. These are Mesk and One. I've got quite a few of these Mesks, so I might hide these in, but there was a bit of a lack of variety, but that's fine. I can blend them into one of the blocks and then move some over, and I'll explain that to you afterwards. As far as the 20 foot, I've also got these ones, and this is a Hyundai CMGA or CGM. Now the thing is about these, and the last one is a pack of 2 Evergreen 20 foots. The thing is about all of this is I wanted it for a price rather than for what they were. I just needed some containers, and I wasn't really too bothered what containers they were, because ultimately it doesn't really matter how you fit them in on a container terminal. You want, what you do want on a container terminal is various colours, sizes, companies, because that's what you get. You know, if you were to buy all just one particular colour or one particular company, it just doesn't look right. So, and then all of these can be blended in amongst the piles of other containers that I've got and onto lorries, and I also need more containers. Not too many more, but I still need some more. And that forms part of the game, which is going to be in hopefully the next video. So, and then I'll explain it in general how you can use the dynamics of that onto other parts of your layout. So I'll explain that to you, but that will be part 2. So here we are at the beginning of the container terminal, and as you can see, there's the entrance there. There's the building here, which is a Scenecraft one, and I've created this sort of low relief building to make it look similar to that one, to make it look like this building's actually bigger than what it actually is. And then I've added a couple of dustbins here and some paving here. It's not actually finished yet because I've got some fencing and stuff to add over here. As we move on to here, you can sort of see the start of the containers and the container yard as itself. It's been greatly improved from what it was, because this all used to be grey and bland, and as you can see, I've totally transformed it by adding the road markings, and also I've added the bays and the numbers, and that will become apparent in the second part of the container terminal special, because that will allow me to explain to you how the game actually works. It's just essentially, it's like a board game with dice, and using these numbers we will figure out how we can put the containers on the train in a particular order. But I'll get into that in the next video. Here is another Arctic coming out, so it sort of comes in from that side, comes around here, goes off, goes around the back and does what it has to do to pick up or whatever. You've got a little porta cabin for the staff who's controlling this area, the supervisor controlling this area, and you've got the 40-foot containers here, sorry, 40-foot containers here, the 45-foot containers there, and as you move along, you'll see the 20-foot containers here. There is a total of 79 containers as things stand on this layout at the moment, but I do need some more. I've also added some jersey barriers along here, and these are a mixture of bought and homemade. As you can now see, I've just moved it all and wrecked it all. These are the ones that I bought off of eBay, and they come in as a pack of 10. And when I put these 2 packs together to make one long strip, I laid it on here, and then I obviously thought because I was originally sort of toying with what I was going to do, and I thought, okay, I wanted to complete the whole row. Now, when I bought another 2 packs, I thought there were 2 packs at this length, but actually they're half of that. And what it meant is if I bought any more, it's just going to cost me a fortune. So I finally got my head around, actually, it's just going to be really simple to make my own, which is what I did. And all it is it's a card that I've just folded over, lined it up with the same strips, as same measurements as the ones that I pre-bought, so it looks exactly the same in terms of its dimensions and everything like that. and it looks great. And you don't really notice the difference. Now I'm going to glue these in, but I haven't actually glued them in right now. But you can see just how great that these look and how effective they look. And especially when you look out and you see that this is all grey and bland, you know, it's nice to then have that colour to actually, I'm sorry, I'm just sort of, it's bugging me that these aren't all straight. So I'm just, like I said, until they're glued in. So now as you can see it all the way along, it does create some nice colour along here. And obviously the containers here, all various different colours, companies, absolutely look great. And then there's another 4 columns here. So I need another 2 containers for here. And then I've got this back scene going on, which has been an absolute nightmare to put on. It's an ID back scene, and it's to try and marry it up as close as I could to this back scene here. And it's the closest that I could find. And it will probably settle down after a while, but it's been a bit of a nightmare to get on, if I'm honest. I did try my hand at sort of doing perspective, but I don't think I've done a fantastic job. I'm okay with it. I think it looks great as it is. I think it does give some depth. And these are some of these fake containers which I made, and I just used whatever colours I had in the pot to just create some ends and just to create some additional what looks like containers. And from a distance it kind of looks like there's another load of containers over there. And then I've got my 2 straddlers, and we've got a bit of road markings, and then this kind of sort of guides the lorries all the way out, because the container terminal stretches all the way to the end and the exit is all the way along there. And that's how it is. And I just think that that looks pretty good. I mean, I have been very constricted on space because I did want to fit these 2 straddlers in, and obviously I had a big container terminal before in terms of to fit in all the Arctics, the containers and everything. But now I've really condensed it down, but it's still very effective, and I think it kind of gets the message and the point across. I just need to add some people, and once we've added some people, I think it'll just look brilliant. So yeah, I'm really pleased with it. So as you look down, that's it all the way down, and that's just give you a little look see at the road markings, so you can have a look all the way down, and that's it. So this concludes the end of today's video and the first part in the 2-part container yard special. And I hope you find, as I do, that the container terminal now looks a lot more befitting as to what it did when it was over there. This is a far more condensed version of what I had over there, but in terms of what it has, I've got some people to add, so don't worry about that. But I'll get a few guys there with some high-vis and orange jackets and stuff like that, and you know, so it will give that impression that there is some life here and that there are people working here. But overall, I'm really pleased with the whole overall effect of the container terminal. I think it's very effective for the space that I have, and the track needed to be over here purely because this is where the longest length of straight is anywhere on the layout. So to maximise the length of the container train. So I hope you've enjoyed the container terminal tour. And until the next time, my name is Susanna and I live with trains. So bye bye and take care.